there's no way he could have been holding it at the top either. You know, like 8 inches from the tip. It's just psycho. When I have people say, "Oh, I can't see it, I can't see it," and then when they see it, they're like, "Oh my God, I see what you're talking about," you know. But they see. Here's the thing. These bastards are never going to come out and say, "Oh my God, we were in a murderous rage." You know, two of our fellow officers were just killed. And we just wanted to run at the nearest living thing and kill it. And we're really, really sorry, you know. They're never going to come out and say that, ever. So, it's like what they did with, in Ruby Ridge. You know, and people told me, they said, this is going to be the same thing. And they go, watch, they're going to call him say he does drugs, say that he's a white supremacist, just like they did with Randy Weaver. They go, watch. Sure enough, it's like they have the same playlist, the same book that they read out of.
Remember, Randy Weaver got well over $1 million from suing the bastard for what they did to him, and I think you should be talking to attorneys about that too, you know, and especially, you know, what, because nothing's been proven yet. We've raised enough doubts about this that some law enforcement agency or some detective agency and some group of attorneys ought to be looking into this. They want you to sit down and shut up and not do anything. You know, that's what the whole agenda is here. Well, just let us demonize your husband and your son. Just let us do that. You know, sit there, don't say anything, don't argue, and you know, and that's what the agenda is. But I think you've gone about this correctly. I think this is, it's just now it's a matter of finding the people to stand up behind you. And this has happened, you know, Edgar Steele, I mean, he's being held in prison with no bond, you know, and his wife's going, you know, nobody's tried to kill me. Nobody wanted to hire anybody to kill me. This is really a war on patriots, on anybody that's standing up for the American people. There's a war going on.
Right.
And unfortunately, Jerry and Joe are victims in that.
Well, you know what? There was about 10 people I would consider. I wouldn't exactly say patriots, or, you know, like in the similar vein, that were all killed within like a 10-day time frame.
Who was that? Which ones?
Like May 10th to May 20th. There was. I can't think of one of the guy's names. He had like a Muslim name, but he really helped a lot of people. He was wonderful, and he ended up dead. Michael Percy ended up dead. He was burned in his car. He ended up dead. Dr. Phil, not the Dr. Phil, the psychiatrist Dr. Phil, but Dr. Phil, that's an African American that he had his talk show and everything. He was great. He ended up dead. He said he died of a heart attack, but I have a sister that's an RN, and she goes, "You would not believe how much they classify under heart attack." And there was Jerry and Joe, and there was more. Just in that one 10-day time frame, it was crazy.
And
absolutely crazy.
Have you, you know, they are, of course, the newest thing on the internet. You'll find it. They're just referring to them as cop killers. You know, that'll certainly try to demonize everybody. And of course, Southern Poverty Law is encouraging that and latching onto that. And Southern Poverty Law is now feeding their information directly into Homeland Security. Are you aware of that?
Well, that's what I heard. So, I don't believe anything I hear anymore, though. I want source. I want facts to back up whatever I'm called.
Have you approached, or have any attorneys approached you about, taking this case a little bit more public?
Well, the problem with retaining an attorney is it means that you are an incompetent, an award, and an infant. So I'm not really. I have had attorneys approach me, yes, and if they don't have enough time to spend on this, they'll say they're busy, busy, busy. Well, if they're so busy, why are they out there trying to get more busyness? If they don't have enough time to dedicate to, what I feel is important, then I don't need them. If you knew how easy it was to do everything that attorneys do, you would walk off in disgust. I'm serious.
Yeah, they're making well. I understand that. I've never lost a case in court, and I've always defended myself. Or, not just. I'm not talking about criminal matters, but civil lawsuits and all that. I don't use an attorney. And what I've been considering is, what if you and I and Cindy Steele, on behalf of Edgar Steele, and we've also there's a few others out there that have been defamed by even my friend Larry Pratt with Gun Owners America has been defamed by Southern Poverty Law. Oath Keepers, Stuart Rhodes, defamed by Southern Poverty Law. What if we all just got together, not using an attorney, and just presented all of our evidence and filed a case ourselves as a class action suit?
Class actions are horrible.
Okay.
Whoever joins onto it, they're lucky. They just get a bare pittance. I mean, it's like a Ponzi scheme almost. And if you join on at the tail, or if you're not the petitioners, yeah, it's really bad news. I think in my case, okay, just say I was a Southern Poverty Law Center, I'd rather have a whole bunch of people, do a class action than all these people filing individually against my 501c3.
What if we, I know people that that have prevailed in lawsuits. We've interviewed a number of them on our shows. What if we just did sort of a standard form? I mean, because the same thing's been done to Edgar Steele that's been done to me.
Well, our cases aren't
demonize.
Cases are not standard, so it wouldn't even fit on a class action anyway.
I'm talking about an individual suit. If we take an individual suit and modify them slightly for each one of us as each one of our different situations.
Well, the Southern Poverty Law Center has to have insurance. They have to have a bond should they damage anyone. And from my comprehension, if you get 3 really good distresses against a corporation's bond, then they're out of business. So.
Shall we go after their insurance companies?
Absolutely. I am. Absolutely. Oh, Mark Botog put out this hit piece on me. Oh my God. It said, the title of it, What's in a Name? For Donna Ray Millions. And it's the whole thing is a hit piece. It starts out